Good morning, Year 6. Welcome back to our next English lesson. It is Wednesday the 15th of April, and we're going to be looking at using hyphens to avoid ambiguity. Now, ambiguity means confusion, okay? Before we start, make sure you've got a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper near you to make down any notes that you want to make down as I'm speaking. And remember, you can pause the video at any point if you need to work anything out, okay? There's 3 different parts of this lesson. The first part is our SPAG starter. So here it is. It is taken from the SPAG Ninjas. And again, I would like you to add these things to these sentences. So get ready to pause the video and have a go at this yourself before pressing play to see the answers. Right, okay then, let's go through the answers, please. So, add comma to make a front set verbal. Here it goes. Commas into the list after sausages and beans. Adding the semicolon comes after book. Apostrophes for contractions. The contracted words here are won't and don't. Okay, so will not and do not. And again, add the capital letters. Ali, Bruce, Sunday and February are all proper nouns, so they need their capital letters. Well done if you got all of those correct. Now then, think back to our story from yesterday. One of the features was time connectives. Okay, can you think of any time connectives? They're very, very important to use in our work, and especially important to be using in chronological reports. So can you think of any? Well, here are some examples, and this is only a very small sample. You have our simple ones that we've learned for a long, long time now, like next and finally, firstly, okay, first, second, third. But we have a little bit more, or we have a few more complex ones here, such as in the meantime and before long, consequently, meanwhile, and there's many, many others. Suddenly, since, before long, previously. And all of these are really good things to use in your writing. Okay, remember, they help link paragraphs, for example. Okay, we know how much time has passed between them. It helps clarify the reader's understanding. Okay, we know how long has happened between the different events. So, I would like you, in this paragraph, to find the time connectives or the time phrases. I will read it. I would then like to pause the video and see if you could find any yourself. Then I'll go through the answers afterwards. So can you find any time connectives or phrases in here? In the morning, when the village boys went to the rabbi for lessons, Jessie went too. Grandmother insisted. At night, after supper, Jessie read out loud. She practiced her letters by the fire. Grandmother sewed lace. The coins she earned were dropped into a jar on the table. Now, you read, Grandmother, and copy my good letters. Jessie liked being a teacher. Me? Learn to read and write? Grandma scoffed. Sometime. You never know. You may want to read some things, said Jessie. You may want to write. Okay then, pause the video if you need to and see if you can find any time words or phrases in this paragraph. Okay then, should we go through some answers? These ones I picked up quite quickly here. In the morning, instantly, we know when all of this is going to be taking place. Okay, so in the morning, when the village boys went to school. So there we go, there's the first one. We've then moved on to the next time a little bit later, at night and after supper. Okay, so it's at night time now. All this is in the morning. We now know that this is going to be happening in the night. And again, I've picked up here now. Okay, again, it's not moving the story on, but it is a speech element saying now, as if she wants it to happen right now at this moment in time. Okay, here's another one. I will read, then pause the video and see if you can find them yourself. Days passed and weeks. Jessie sewed lace, early and late. Months went by. Jessie sewed, and then one day the jar was filled with coins. She brought it to a man who sold tickets to America. I need a ticket for Grandmother, she said. And every day, Jessie rushed down 3 flights of stairs to the mailbox. The letter came, finally. On a breezy day, the handwriting was shaky, but Jessie knew Grandmother had written every word herself. Okay, pause the video and have a go at this yourself now. Can you find the time, words and phrases here? Okay then, let's look at the answers. Again, these ones I picked up almost instantly, okay? These are ones that stand out, they jump off the page. days past and weeks. That's obviously linked to the previous paragraph, and we now know days have gone on and weeks have gone on. Okay. Again, early and late. We now know that she's sewing lace early in the morning, late at night, and probably all day in between. Next one, months went by. Now, not only has it been going on for days and weeks, she's doing this early and late, but we're now talking months and months and months. It's a long time, but it helps the reader fill in those gaps. Okay, it doesn't all happen overnight. It's taken over a period of time. Then one day. And again, here, every day. I've also got on here, finally. Okay, it finally arrived. All different timed words and phrases. Now, these are very, very important, these time words, okay, and phrases. They give context to the reader. By giving context to the reader, it helps the reader to understand better. And again, it can link paragraphs. It doesn't leave big, empty blocks of time or make the reader think that all of this thing has happened overnight. And again, make sure you're using them in your work. Now, as we come further down into our chronological reports, you'll need to make sure that you're using a variety of different time connectives. Again, if you're ever struggling to think of one, use the internet. Try and find your own ones that suit your writing. Okay, let's move on to the next part here now. Our actual main part, to use hyphens to avoid ambiguity. Now, in here, you should be able to spot quite quickly a hyphen between ginger and coloured. Well, why is that there? Well, it's a hyphen and it's there to avoid ambiguity. And that means that something is unclear. If it's ambiguous, it's unclear, it's not fully sure. So this hyphen makes it clear that ginger coloured is talking about the colour, okay? It is ginger coloured hair, that orange hair. If it wasn't here, this ginger could mean the spice, the things that we put into food, okay? So then ginger and coloured hair, it could be a bit unclear. Now, to show that in a really, really good example, and we've talked about this in class before, here are two sentences, one that uses a hyphen and one that does not. The young boy saw a man-eating shark in the ocean. Uses a hyphen. Man and eating here, okay, hyphen used. This one does not, and let's see the difference. The young boy saw a man eating shark in the ocean. So this first one, the young boy saw, or he's seen, okay, a shark that eats men swimming around in the ocean, as we would expect. It's a man-eating shark. This one here, the young boy saw a man eating shark in the ocean. This one here could mean the boys walked past and he saw a man sitting in the ocean eating a shark. Well, we are almost certain that this is the one that we probably wanted to use. So this hyphen here has made it much clearer about what we are trying to say to our reader. Now again, hyphens. They can also be used before some prefixes as well, okay? Sometimes it's clear that we need a hyphen for one of four reasons. The root word begins with the same vowel letter that ends prefix, like preempt or, again, coordinate, okay? Or re-enter, okay? Number two, it makes it much more readable and it stops any ambiguity. So ex-teacher, semi-detached, or recover. For example, recover means different than recover, okay? These have two different meanings depending on if you use a hyphen or not. The root word is a proper noun, then we always use a hyphen to add a prefix. For example, un-British or pro-French. Okay, so that proper noun there for British and French, we've used a hyphen before the prefix. And again, prefixes self and ex pretty much always have a hyphen. Ex-vegetarian or he is self-aware, they would need a hyphen there as well, okay? So these are the four main reasons we use hyphens. Now, your task is to make sure you can consolidate this knowledge. So, squares, triangles, circles, your sheets have been emailed to your parents. They are also on Google Drive. I would like you to answer the questions, okay, about these hyphens. And of course, when I phone you very shortly, we'll be talking a little bit more about them. So, answer the questions. Answers will be sent at the end of the day as usual. And again, your extension, if you finish and you want a little challenge, is take one of your reading books. In 15 minutes, how many hyphens can you find in your reading book? Again, how have they been used? Which one of these four reasons has it been used for? Okay, so year 6, that is your task. and I look forward to speaking to you very, very shortly. Otherwise, have an enjoyable English session. Again, remember our rules about hyphens, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Thank you very much.